I mean, this is a battle between state and decentralized, state and the people, but in a different format without the pitchforks. It's basically, I'm taking my toys and I'm leaving your room, and I'm going to go and play with my toys myself. Now, is there going to be a battle over this? Yes. And it's a regulatory battle. Who's going to win it? Well, in some places it'll be the state, in other places it'll be the people. Right now, China has banned a lot of this activity. It hasn't gone away. It's still there, but it just moves. Like the black market never goes, right? The black market is the oldest market of all.
Hello and welcome to Money Talks. In today's video, Real Vision CEO Raoul updates about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and understanding the value of blockchains and stablecoins. He also talks about the inevitable arrival of CBDCs, centralized versus decentralized databases, his crypto portfolio allocation, and the battle between decentralization protocol and the state. So, without wasting any time, let's dive right into the video.
Still don't really understand because you're focused on CBDCs, which I don't care about. It's like, yeah, money's going digital. I'm talking about all of the use cases of smart contracts, of every contract. Essentially, think of it, the hack to think of it is every contract on Earth, of which almost everything we do is contractual, including us talking today, it was a social contract. But almost every contract can go on chain and will go on chain. So that's tickets to concerts. It's anything you own or transfer in the digital world. It's your set of IP rights. All of these things are much larger than anything to do with the fiat money transfer system. It's an entirely global business model that's being upended from scratch.
Ethereum is moving on to its next advancement soon with the Merge protocol. The Merge protocol adjoins the present execution layer to the proof of stake, the beacon chain. The proof of stake helps eliminate energy-intensive mining and secures the complete network using staked ETH. Introducing the Merge will bring some great changes to the chain: sustainability, scalability, and security.
This is why 80% of my allocation is ETH. Right?
Okay.
That will change over time. 80% of my allocation is ETH. I've got a broad basket of other stuff, and I think Solana's probably the ETH of the next cycle. So that's kind of how I think about it. I never come at it with, this is going to win all, but you can see network activity, and if network activity grows or dies. Now, over time, ETH, I think, goes down in terms of dominance as other chains find use cases. So certain things will be faster, certain things will be cheaper, certain things will have more privacy, and use cases get pushed to different areas. Some will deal with NFTs differently. Whatever it is, we don't even know, right? And that's the point. We don't know. It's like you and I arguing about who's going to win the internet in 1997. We would have got it wrong.
In a recent interview with us, Raoul, former Goldman Sachs executive, discussed his expectation from the ETH to perform in both short-term and long-term run. The upcoming protocol upgrade, Merge, will be launched soon in mid-September. This upgrade will help Ethereum transit from proof of work to proof of stake.
I figured out after a lot of work what drives the value of a chain is obviously the network effect, Metcalfe's law. And the way to best estimate that for idiots like me who can't mathematically model it is straightforward value exchanged on chain in a period of time. So let's say a month. How many billions of dollars exchange versus the number of active addresses. You'd make that chart, it's like an 87% correlation to the price, and doesn't include price. So therefore, if more things are going on chain, more value will get transacted. Yes, some of these are layer 2, so they don't really affect the layer 1 as much, but over time, the more stuff that you get on it, it increases in value. Now, the question is what chain? And the way to do it is just have a broad base. Now, there's things like the Bitwise 30 of the top 30 chains. It's like an index. Now, it's not great because it's a closed-end fund trades at a discount, but it's basically, just treat it like an index fund. You'll get it right.
It's important to remember that the beacon chain is initially shaped separately from the Ethereum mainnet. The Ethereum mainnet will work as usual for a while with all its accounts, balances, smart contracts, and blockchain state. The network will be secured by the proof of work, while the proof of stake will work parallelly. The merge will take place when the two protocols will come together to work in the network as one, replacing proof of work completely.
So if you think about what we're doing now, if we were 10 years ago, we'd be paying for this. It's now free. So we've got like a layer 2 application on top of the internet. We're paying for our internet connectivity. What is the global value of the internet? Well, it increases exponentially in value the more applications you have on it and the more connectivity between the people, which is Metcalfe's law. So
the value of the telecom providers hasn't.
That's the big breakthrough here, because nobody owns the internet. So if you're a stablecoin guy and you create a stablecoin with zero revenues, good luck to you. You're worth very little. It's just a utility. So there's some utility value, but you can own the protocol layer, which is the difference with the internet. You can't own HTTP.
Thought of traveling to the other world? Maybe an interstellar shift? Imagine Ethereum to be a ship you need for an interstellar voyage, but it lacks some requirement to do so. We make some super speed engines to add the modules to the previous ones to make it perfect, and splash, you're good to go. This is what the merge protocol will do to the Ethereum blockchain. The new engine will make the chain more efficient and ready to travel light years in a snap.
So, stablecoin is just part of it that's necessary now because there are no CBDCs, because we don't have digital fiat. So digital fiat does exist in India, for example. It does exist in some places. So the UPI system in India works pretty effectively. That wasn't on blockchain rails, and that's okay. It doesn't need to be either. What we need is the interoperability with fiat world with Web3 world. And so that's just a small part of the equation. What we're actually talking about is what are the use cases for Web3, meaning all of cryptocurrency, the protocols, and the applications layers that built on those. Some of those will be the securities industry, because you and I know the amount of tickets you left behind of OTC derivatives that were stuffed under desks and in drawers because they're all individual contracts. And it's a bloody shit show. Nobody knows who owns them. So if you put those on chain, when a counterparty goes bust, you can get to the bottom of who owns what pretty quickly because it's all on chain.
The recent Ethereum troubles might have phased crypto investors, but not former Goldman Sachs executive Raoul Pal. Raoul Pal explained that everyone is still underweight the merge. The macro guru expects that as Ethereum transitions into the merge, or the days after that, it will see a spike in price, rising upward before reverting characteristic of a sideways correction. As such, he said he's very bullish at the moment, explaining that even though ETH currently bears the risk of getting overbought, it will recover from this downturn.
It's the primitive of the database itself, not the cost. The cost is just part of the equation. It's the fact that you've gone to first principles and redesigned what a database is and how to make it secure in this digital realm. So right now we use centralized databases of which the data gets hacked, and we see it all the time, right? We see it at state level, we see it at corporate level, we see it all over the place. So once you've got blockchain validated data, what you've got is a different level of security and proof. So it's not about going to court to prove who has the ownership of one asset. The ownership is on chain. It's instantaneously provable. And you can program that chain to instantaneously transfer assets, which is what DeFi does. DeFi instantaneously liquidates your position and takes control of your collateral in the event that certain conditions are met, without anybody in the middle.
Paul, the founder of Real Vision, also noted that at present, forwards and futures markets are both hedging the ETH merging risk, meaning that if one stacks up ETH tokens today and sells futures, it's likely that someone will eliminate that hedge sooner or later. This is why he says crypto exchanges, having been severely thrashed by the bear market, have been buying call options to hedge the merge. So what do you think about CBDCs and its impact on Bitcoin? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.